Hey stars, my name is Kaylee and I'm an adult doll collector living in Indiana. I had 4 American Girl dolls as a child, put them away when I was a young teen, and got them back out 2 years ago at the very beginning of 2023. I moved back into my hometown after living in Florida for several years, and shortly after we bought our house here in Indiana, my husband said he wanted to get stuff out of my parents' house that was still there from my childhood. So that led to getting out my old toys. I started getting out some smaller collections of toys, like some smaller dolls, dollhouse stuff, tea bunnies, strawberry shortcake, etc., reminiscing and cleaning them all up and diving into those collections again. That all led to my largest collection, size-wise, height-wise, 18-inch dolls, my American Girl dolls, and their stuff. I then fell down a rabbit hole of catching up on all the things I've missed during my hiatus. I wanted to get just one more doll, just for the nostalgia. I never had a mini-me or any other mold beside a classic mold doll, so I felt getting a new doll to me was a good healing moment. My husband suggested getting a Rebecca doll because we had seen her in the stores when we had walked in, and he always said she looked like me. So I made the decision to search for one secondhand Rebecca doll. My hair isn't curly, so I was okay with a secondhand doll that I could try and get her hair more straight and customize her a bit. Enter Zoe, my mini-me, my first doll as an adult. If you are not new here, I'm sure you know who she is, especially if you've been over on my Instagram. My mini-me, my first doll as an adult, my comfort, and my absolute favorite doll for sure. After getting her and customizing her, I felt really connected again. I got into AGIG, which was never a thing when I was a kid, of course. I decided I wanted to make a YouTube channel and get some more dolls. That led to making a dollhouse, a doll room, collecting things I wish I had back from then, and things I was drawn to that I had missed out on. Well, here we are. I have this doll room. I have over 20 dolls and a large collection of outfits, accessories, and more. I'm so happy to be here, so let's dive into All My Dolls 2025. My very first doll was Samantha Parkington. I got her for Christmas in 1993. Of course, she's a Pleasant Company Samantha, and I got her when I was only 2 years old. I have no idea who thought that was a good idea, but here she is. She's been through a lot throughout the years, given that she was given to a toddler, but I think overall she's held up pretty well. Her face paint has always kind of looked like this, where there's very little, but that's pretty average for that age of a Pleasant Company doll. She is my favorite historical character, and fun fact, my first 4 American Girl dolls as a child are all historical. And actually, I got them in the same order that the historical movies came out. All of my dolls came before the movies even existed, but I thought that was a fun fact. Samantha is dressed in her midi outfit from my original childhood Pleasant Company collection. It has been very loved and very worn, and I hope American Girl releases a reproduction so I can get my hands on a fresh one, brand new, because this one has got a lot of stains. Samantha really looks adorable in this outfit, and I love the cruise and nautical aspects that this outfit portrays. My second doll was Felicity Merriman. I got her in either like 96 or 97 for my birthday. I can't really remember exactly which year, and my mom couldn't seem to figure it out either. I got her as a gift from my family. And fun fact, Samantha has dark hair, which was my first doll, and she has same dark hair like my mom's natural hair color, and my dad is a natural redhead. Both of them don't have those hair colors anymore since they are older, but anyways, Felicity is probably my least favorite, or one of my least favorite of my dolls, but because she's my childhood doll, I would never get rid of her. I don't really care for her collection all that much. I don't care for her look all that much. Her eyes kind of creep me out. And my doll actually has the like gray skin tone issue. Overall, she's just not my favorite. Felicity is wearing her traveling gown, again from my Pleasant Company childhood collection. It's super pretty and purple, and it is my favorite outfit in her collection for sure. My third doll was Molly McIntyre. I got her in 1998 in either November or December from the American Girl Place Chicago. I actually picked her out in person within a month of that store actually opening. I saved up my money to get her and picked her out myself. I really wanted to get her because I liked her stories. I liked that she had glasses and she was unique, and I really liked her time period, like the historical aspect of it. I thought it was very interesting. So that's my Molly. Molly is wearing her Camp Go On Again uniform. This is something I got secondhand more recently, last couple years. It's not necessarily my favorite outfit on her, but I do really love the book that this is from, and it kind of fit the overall summer type of vibe that the original of my 4 dolls were wearing. My 4th doll as a child was Kit Kittredge. I got her in 2000, so she is a first edition. I got her in the first year that she came out. I remember being obsessed with her when she was released. I thought her collection was so cool. I never had her Christmas dress as a child, and fun fact, Zoe, which we'll talk about next, I got her in Kit's dress, her Christmas dress. Like, she came secondhand in that, and I thought that was so cool because that was an outfit I always wanted. Kit, I really bonded with her as a child. She was one of my favorites. Like, I played with her probably more than my others. Samantha and Felicity had very different hair textures, plus I got them when I was much younger. They're Pleasant Company dolls too, so that makes a little bit of a difference. And Molly, my mom never let me take the braids out of her hair, so I couldn't ever really play with her hair, so I got to play with Kit's hair. Even though it was very short, it was actually really very soft and silky, so I actually got to do things with it. My poor doll is got one leg that's hanging on by a thread. I need to learn how to restring a doll's leg so I can actually take care of that issue. But as an adult, I just am not as drawn to her. I don't know what it is. Kit is wearing her Be Forever meat dress. This is definitely not something from my childhood. It is something I got secondhand more recently. I think she looks really cute in it. Again, fits the summer vibe. Now we get into the dolls I've gotten as an adult. All of these dolls have names that I selected. I know a little bit more details about when I got them, where I got them, and their personalities a little bit more because these were all unique individual characters created by me. First up is Zoe Bria Berry. She is a custom secondhand Rebecca doll. I got her January 26, 2023 from Mercari. I customized her by adding freckles. I pierced her ears myself. I tried to straighten her hair a little bit and make her my mini me. I added also this little line on her eyebrow that I kind of have, and so she's really trying to be my mini me. She loves purple and pink and all things adorable. She has a lot of same interests that I have had throughout my life, and I like exploring some of those things that I never got to really dive into now through her. Her name, Zoe, is for my imaginary friend as a child. When I first got the doll, I was trying to decide what her name should be, and I was trying to think about names that had some significance in my life, and at one moment I just thought, Zoe, my imaginary friend, that's the perfect name. Bria is my middle name, so that is why that is her name too. Berry is for Berry Rewards, the highest American Girl rewards tier, and some of the letters also are part of my maiden name, so I feel like that looks good together, and also some of the letters are part of my current last name, so I don't know, it just felt like it fit. And right before I got into my American Girl dolls, I was trying to dive back in a little bit to my strawberry shortcake dolls from my childhood and my mom's childhood, so I feel like that's a good transition. Zoe is wearing the first day outfit, which is the second meet outfit for the American Girl of Today line, and it is one of my favorites from my childhood collection. I don't really understand why, other than it is deeply rooted in that childhood nostalgia, so I felt like she really needed to wear it as my mini-me. Next up is Della Mae Cornwall. I got her February 16th, 2023. She's a secondhand number 40 from Mercari. She is my sporty girl, loves all the sports. She despises pink and girly stuff and loves bunnies. Della is named for Donald Duck's sister. I'm a big fan of ducks and Donald Duck especially, so that is why I chose that name. May is for May in Totoro and May in Turning Red, both movies that I really like. Cornwall is a name I really liked when I came across it looking through stuff, and I come from Indiana, which I always imagined to be the land of corn. I feel like the name flowed really well, and there she is. Della is wearing the velour sweatsuit in blue. I think she looks absolutely precious in it, and she just looks so snuggly. It totally fits her vibe though of being not a girly girl. She likes blue. I just think it looks perfect on her. Next up is Carmen Bridget Gomez. I got her February 25th, 2023. She is a Truly Me number 122, and I got her from American Girl Place Chicago. She is a more mature girl. She loves red and pink and Harry Potter. She's my go-to for like my teen girl faves, like Pretty Little Liars and reality TV. She's very sweet but also outspoken, and I just think that she's really special. Carmen is named for Carmen from Spy Kids and the daughter in George Lopez. When I got her, my husband and I were rewatching the show George Lopez, and that's why that fit. Bridget is my oldest female cousin who passed away right before I finished college, so I wanted to devote that to her. She also has kind of similar hair color to that cousin. Gomez is for Selena Gomez and the first name of the dad in the Addams Family, which is also a show we were watching at this same time. Carmen is wearing the flower sweater and skirt. I think she looks looks absolutely precious in it. Red is definitely her color, and she loves all of this vibe. Evangeline Melody Swift. This is Eva. She is a Melody historical doll that I got from American Girl Columbus the day before my birthday, so May 5th in 2023. She loves yellow and green, owls, ladybugs, and books. She is interested in history and educating herself as much as she can. We always look at her as being like a little sweetheart. She does wear glasses and loves reading. Evangeline is for the star/love of Ray the Firefly and Princess and the Frog movie. Her nickname Eva is for Eve from WALL-E, my husband's favorite Pixar movie, as he helped pick out the name and got the doll for me, and is of course my biggest supporter. Melody is the doll's original character name, so that's why I chose it to be the middle name, and Swift is for Taylor Swift. I got this doll for my 32nd birthday, which I imagine is the sequel to 22 by Taylor Swift, my favorite singer. Plus, the Melody character is big into music. Eva is wearing Princess Tiana's work dress. I just think it's perfect for her, and because she was named after one of the characters in The Princess and the Frog, how fitting. Also, she loves yellow, green, and a little pop of pink. Winifred Daisy Warren. We call her Winnie. I got her June 12th, 2023. She's a secondhand number 35. She's the first doll that I got like in person that was secondhand. There is a charity shop in Niles, Michigan. I decided before getting her that I really wanted a strawberry blonde haired doll, as I really love that color hair. And I was trying to decide which one I would want to find. And I knew that the one that I was probably wanting most was going to be really hard to find and really expensive. We went to this house. She had her dolls like arranged in order of like hair color and mold, face mold and stuff like that. I looked around and I kind of picked out this particular one. She had a few number 35s, but this is the one that I was like drawn to. And I told my husband, hey, go and tell me which doll you like. And he picked up the same doll. So I thought that that was just perfect and fitting. She was a little rough and had like some brushed out face paint, basically like it was really washed out. So I decided to customize her myself. I am not the most happy with her customization, but my husband really liked it and was really happy with how I did it and everything. So I kept it. For a while, I thought about sending her to the doll hospital and get a new head for Winnie, but I don't think that that's going to happen now. I consider her to be a younger one in the group. She loves pink and ballet and is a total girly girl. She is the only one of my dolls at this moment that has painted toes, and she is super proud of it. I customized those eyebrows and freckles since most of her face print was already gone. Her name, Winifred, is for Winnie the Pooh, and Dora Winifred, or DW from the TV show Arthur, which was my favorite show as a child. Daisy is for my favorite flower and Daisy Duck. Warren is my paternal grandfather's first name, who sadly passed away about a month after I got this doll. Her initials are WDW, which is also for Walt Disney World, where I used to work and where I met my husband. Winnie looks a lot like Mary Ellen, so she definitely had to decide to wear Mary Ellen's 2-in-1 outfit with the pink because that's her color, and the yellow lemons. Just so pretty. Libby Sue Granger. I got her July 1st, 2023. She's a secondhand Isabel Palmer doll, Girl of the Year. I also got her from the Niles charity. She is a mini-me of my best friend Lauren. She looks so much like her, and she is just very Lauren. She's kind and caring and loves animals and music. When we went to the Niles lady's house again, I was trying to decide on one, and I saw her and I was like, wow, she looks like perfect. She looks really good. And I thought she looked like Lauren. And I was like, well, maybe I don't need a doll. I just got one. I don't really need one. So again, my husband was like, I'm going to look at the dolls. And he picked her up and brought her to me and he goes, this looks like Lauren. I think you need her. I thought that that was really sweet that he picked that. So it's kind of hard for me because with that whole connection of it looking like Lauren and being like Minnie of Lauren, I feel to me in my head that this is my best friend Lauren's doll. It's not my doll, even though it never belonged to her. And it's kind of hard because I just feel like I don't have the right connection with her because I feel in my brain that she's not my doll. Zoe considers her best friend, of course, just like I consider Lauren my best friend. And she just doesn't live in the dollhouse itself, so there's just not as much fleshed out about her like character. Libby is a name my husband picked and starts with L, just like my best friend Lauren, who this doll reminds me of. Sue is the daughter in the middle. She is one of my favorite characters in a show. I just think she's so funny. This also show is set in Indiana, where I'm from, and my best friend Lauren really likes the show as well. Granger is a city near where I grew up, as well as the last name of my favorite Harry Potter character, Hermione Granger. Libby is wearing this flower power outfit from back in the day. Definitely something my best friend Lauren would have worn, and Libby is Lauren's mini-me. Nova Rain Danes. I got her July 11th, 2023 from the American Girl online when they were doing some kind of sale. She is a Truly Me number 120. She is free-spirited and intensely creative and into all colors, colors and rainbows especially. She's often found with art supplies in her hand. I think she just has like the sweetest face. I wanted an Anea doll, and I really liked the idea of colored hair because I've never colored my hair ever once in my life, and I just think that that is so fun. And I know a lot of people think it's like oil slick or whatever, but I think it looks amazing. Nova is to represent a bright star and starts with the same letter as the mold she shares, Nanea. Rain is for my favorite weather and rainbows, since she has rainbow hair. Rain is also the first name of the actor that plays Dwight in The Office, one of my absolute favorite TV shows. Danes is the last name of a character in another of my comfort shows, Gilmore Girls. Nova is wearing the cool colors outfit. I wanted to put her something different than what I always put her in, which is the budding artist outfit. She's my artist, so I felt like this kind of also looked like paint. Ariete Camilla Tanner. I got her August 8th, 2023. She is a Corinne Tan Girl of the Year doll from Amazon when they were doing a sale that summer. Ari is very spunky. She likes Pokemon and loves enjoying her Japanese roots. She likes Hello Kitty too and cozy pajamas. She does also like exploring the outdoors, especially in the snow. Ariete is the name of a character in a Studio Ghibli film, The Secret Life of Ariete, which is based on the book The Borrowers, which I loved that movie adaptation of as a child, and Studio Ghibli films are gorgeous Asian-made films. Camilla is my paternal grandmother's first name, who passed shortly before I got this doll. Tanner is for Tan, the character doll's original last name, as well as the last name of the family on another show I love, Full House. Ari is wearing Julie's floral jumpsuit. I just felt like it fit her really well. It's like very seasonal, but like you could wear it for a lot of different seasons, if that makes sense. Olive Marie Bennett. I got her October 14th, 2023. She is a Claudie Wells doll that I got from American Girl online. Olive is into tech and sports and video games. She likes her skateboard and science. She still likes to feel girly on occasion, but would rather be comfortable than put together. I did replace the wig from my Claudie doll because I just really struggled with the curls with my dexterity issues, and I just was having just the hardest time connecting with her overall too. I think part of it is because I did not pick her out in person, because prior to this I kept saying how absolutely adorable Claudie was, and I really wanted her, but I just did not connect with this doll until after I replaced her wig. Olive is named for one of my favorite foods, olives. Marie is a middle name I liked to go with her name. And Bennett is the last name of the author of the Claudie books. Olive Bennett also sounds similar to Olivia Benson, who is yet another character from a show I adore, Law & Order SVU. Olive is wearing part of the school day style outfit, and she's not really that of a girly girl, but does like to have a little bit of femininity sometimes. She's besties with Della, so she definitely is more of a tomboy. Reese Ariel Hastings. I got her October 28th, 2023. She is a secondhand number 26 from the lady in Niles at that charity. I really had been wanting an Addie mold because I decided I wanted it to be my goal is to collect every face mold, at least one doll from each face mold, and I was really hoping to get an Addie mold. I went to that charity that day and the lady only had one Addie face mold, and it was number 26, and I immediately fell in love. Reese is into prim and proper pink and Parisian aesthetic and things. She loves all things French, especially Madeline and the Eiffel Tower, and of course the chocolate that shares her name. She loves to bake and even dabble in cooking. Reese is a name that immediately stuck for 26. I'm not really sure why, but it just fit. Reese's are also one of my favorite chocolates of my life, and my dad's favorite too. Ariel is named for one of my favorite princesses and flowed really well with her name. Once again, Hastings is for a character on a show I love, Pretty Little Liars, for Spencer Hastings. Now, Reese is a little different than Olive. They both had these curls, and Reese, I felt like they were less stakes with her curls because she was a secondhand doll and I didn't spend as much money on her, and somehow it worked out better because I was able just to completely brush out her matted curls, and I didn't feel as much pressure because I knew if I didn't like the way they turned out, oh well. I actually had intended on originally replacing her wig before I even got her, and when I got her and I tried to fix up her curls and I was successful, even though it took me hours, I really liked them, so I kept her wig. I do think she would look super cute with some really tiny braids, and that is what I had originally intended for her, but I'm pretty pleased with how she turned out. I don't want to have to do the curls again though, because it was really, really hard on the dexterity in my hands. Reese is wearing the World Traveler in France outfit. I've put her in this outfit so many times and I was trying to pick something different, but it's just so her. She loves pink and black and France, and this is totally a vibe of like my teenage self, which Reese kind of embodies. Never did a name flow so well as Vivian Irene Everdeen. I got her November 18th, 2023. She is, of course, a McKenna Williams World by Us doll. I got her in the American Girl Place Chicago. I was so terrified she was going to retire that I bought her, and then shortly after that, she went on a super mega sale. I was so afraid she would not be available, so I rushed to buy her because I knew I wanted to have one of every face mold. Vivi is into fashion. She has her own sense of style and loves playing with fabrics and sewing and designing. She also enjoys reality TV like her bestie, Carmen. Vivian just felt like a good name for this doll and was a letter I hadn't used yet. Irene is for the first name of my husband's grandma, who I adore and has wholeheartedly supported my dolls and me. Everdeen is for the last name of Katniss, the heroine in the Hunger Games. I absolutely adore the Hunger Games books and movies. They're like a guilty pleasure, although I guess it's not that guilty, but my favorite movies, really, honestly. I watch them often. They're just, I don't know, they're just such a comfort to me. I don't really know why, because it's not very happy story, but yeah. And I just loved her name. Vivi is wearing Covey's performance outfit. She's the fashionista. Need I say more? Quigley Ann Aldrin. I got her January 1st, 2024. Of course, she is another World by Us doll, Yvette Peters. I got her from the American Girl Place Chicago. I did get this doll on sale, however, as I was afraid that she was going to go out of stock, and she did very shortly after that, and that I was going to regret not getting her when she was available. Quigley is meant to represent the mini of my mom in both personality and aesthetic. She doesn't really look like her though, other than the fact that Q and Zoe both have the same face mold. My mini and my mom's mini, again, doesn't look anything like my mom though. My mom's tanner than me though. Q loves Disney and summer and travel and space, just like my mom. Quigley, that name just kind of stuck. My husband doesn't care for it, but I really love it. So we like to call her Q though. She is named partially after a boy character in the series of Unfortunate Events book series, The Slippery Slope, which is one of my favorites from that series. Quigley is an Irish name meaning one with unruly hair, and this doll definitely fits that. I've decided she's part Irish, as am I. Anne is for my great aunt, as well as the middle name of my mother and my sister-in-law, who all support my dolls and me. Aldrin is the last name of the character Lily from my all-time favorite show, How I Met Your Mother, which is fitting for this doll, and she's represent my own mother. Since Q is the mini of my mom, I was debating between a few different outfits that kind of embody that personality. My mom loves space stuff, and her favorite color is also pink, so that's why I chose this. Tallulah Katara Mason. I got her on June 8th, 2024 from the American Girl Place Chicago. She is a Kaya historical doll, of course. For a while, she had been out of stock and finally came back into stock, and I got to go in and get her in person, and I was so excited. I have a video of me getting her that I think is a really great watch. I remember when Kaya, the original character, came out, and I remember entering a contest to try and win her. I didn't win, but I was really excited that she existed, and she was the last historical character to be released that was around when I was still like actually fully paying attention. Some of the best friend dolls were released, but Kaya was the actual last like true historical doll. Tallulah, as we like to call her, is a nature-loving hippie plant girl for sure. She loves nature and everything related to that, even animals. She loves caring for the plants and animals in the house and helping her housemates and sisters be green. Tallulah was a name I wanted to use for a doll. My younger cousin had a Build-A-Bear turtle named Tallulah, and I just thought it was the most unique and fun name, and while thinking of doll names for each letter, it came up. It is of Irish and Native American heritage, which so is this doll in my collection. We know my family has Irish roots, and it is a family story, basically, that my grandma on my mom's side was a very small part Native American. I wanted to pay a little homage to her and my heritage. The name sounds very earthy to me, and this doll is all, of course, into that. Katara is my favorite character in Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is a show my husband showed me from his childhood. Katara is a waterbender and is always just so in tune with nature. Mason is a family name, again paying homage to my grandmother. Tallulah is wearing Nenea's volunteer outfit. My mom helped me pick out what she would wear, and I feel like this fits her personality so well. It's very vintage and also has the floral motif. Genevieve Matilda Arthur, Jenny for short, I got her July 3rd, 2024. She's a secondhand number 13, and I got her from the Lady in Niles as well. Jenny is sort of the mini of my friend Maddie, as well as the mini that I would have chosen for myself back when American Girl of today day was only 20 dolls to choose from. Personality is not quite as defined in my collection or anything, but she is referred to as Little Swiss by my husband for some reason. Genevieve is for Madeline, the storybook character's dog, and her nickname is Ginny because of the character in Harry Potter, and I've always liked that name. Matilda is again another book and movie character. I absolutely adored the movie when I was a kid, and it was my favorite movie to watch at sleepovers at my best friend's house growing up. Also kind of sounds like Maddie, which is, again, the sort of mini for this doll. Arthur is for the TV show Arthur, the kids show from PBS. This was my absolute favorite show as a kid, and I loved reading their books too. Jenny is wearing a Nea's luau dress. Because she's sort of the mini of one of my best friends, Maddie, and my former self a little bit as well, she's wearing our two favorite colors, yellow and pink. When they released the Disney Playline dolls for American Girl, I couldn't help but be completely obsessed. Hannah Paige Flynn, I got her on August 24th, 2024, and she is the Rapunzel Playline doll. I got her in the American Girl Place Chicago. Hannah loves pink and purple, just like Zoe. She is totally a Disney girl through and through. She loves Disney characters and princesses and wants to keep her hair long like her favorite princess, Rapunzel. Hannah is for the character in Pretty Little Liars. Again, one of my favorite shows. She's my favorite character in that show and is also blonde, like this doll. Paige is to represent pages in a storybook and the middle name of one of my best friends. Flynn is for Rapunzel's bow in the Tangled movie. Tangled is one of the first things my husband and I bonded over when we were first dating. Hannah is wearing Summer's Waggy Pup Tails outfit, minus the shirt. Hannah is very pink and purple and sparkle and glitter, and it fits her really well. Isadora Flora Moon. I got her October 4th, 2024. She's a secondhand number 4, who is my holy grail doll for the longest time. I got her from Macari, and I spent way too much money on her. Her bangs flip out a little bit, but her face is absolutely so sweet. Izzy loves space, and with that, everything that comes with space and stars, and even her love of Star Wars. She's a fan of Disney too, with Stitch, I feel like, is her favorite character, since he's technically an alien, like he belongs in space. She's her own person, but loves to get along with the group. She likes wearing pink or red just about as much as she loves wearing blue and green. Isadora is a character in the series of Unfortunate Events. It is also the girl version of the name Isidore, which is my brother's confirmation name, the name he chose for himself. My youngest brother is a big supporter of my American Girl dolls and even acts like Zoe is his niece in his family lists that he likes to make. He even made a video with me and my husband that's here on my channel. Flora is a name that sounded so much like the number 4. Since this doll is a number 4 and I kept calling her number 4 for so long before I got her, I wanted to make sure she had something for that as part of her name. Moon is to represent her love of space things, not to mention my friend Evelyn, who has kind of been on a hiatus from the AG community, but her number 4 was named Moon. I was really grateful for my friendship with Evelyn and all of her support, both American Girl and not. So when I got Izzy, I really needed to honor that. Izzy is wearing Luciana's stellar outfit. She loves Star Wars and space and all of that kind of stuff. So I felt this outfit looked really good on her. I also think these tones of colors are perfect on number 4. Brielle Rose Knight. I got her November 9th, 2024. She is, of course, a Lila Minetti Girl of the Year 2024. I got her from the Chicago American Girl Place. When Lila first came out, I was shocked. She looks so much like Zoe. She has the same face mold, she has freckles, she has very similar hair color, although she has the highlights, and her eyes are even similar. She has amber eyes, whereas Zoe has hazel, but both very similar to my own eye color. And then I found out that her birthday is the same as mine. I needed to get her. I decided to get her when I did because I was afraid she would end up selling out and would be gone. But here we are, quite a bit later, and she's still around, but I still am glad that I have her. Sadly, at least before recording this video, she is still in her meat outfit. You don't do a whole lot with her. I was even intending to keep her in the box for my own future child or something, but I really wanted to do an unboxing and take her out, so I did. She likes to pretend she's grown up Zoe 2.0. She likes to hang out with the older girls and watch a lot of TV and be creative, and husband likes to joke that she's trying to kick Zoe out of the dollhouse. I only keep one of each face mold that lives in the dollhouse that actually has a bedroom in the dollhouse, and Zoe gets to do that for the Josefina face mold. Brielle has the same initials as I do, but in a different order. Since Brielle looks so much like Zoe, I decided I wanted to give her names similar to my own because Zoe is my mini-me. Brielle is very similar to my middle name, Bria, like I mentioned before, and is a very princessy sounding name. It's a name I've been drawn to for a while. Rose is my confirmation name that I chose for that saint, and because everyone called my own grandmother Rosie. Knight is because that was my mascot for one of the schools that I went to, and a total perfect fantasy name overall. Since Brielle is kind of grown-up mini-me, she's wearing the AG Star Squad Truly Me Meet outfit from this year, 2025. Feel like it is the grown-up American Girl-ish version of the meet outfit that I love so well that is on Zoe. Uma Noelle Addison. I got her for Christmas in 2024, December 25th. She's a Be Forever Addie Walker that my husband bought for me on sale from American Girl online for Christmas. Uma loves history and heritage and standing up for others and herself. Other than that, I really haven't fleshed out her personality a whole lot yet. I really wanted to get Addie because I remember the character from being a kid, and I think Addie is such an important and powerful character. I couldn't decide if I wanted to get a secondhand historical Addie or the Be Forever Addie. I ultimately decided to get the Be Forever Addie because I don't really care for the lined eyebrows, and I was able to get her, brand new in box from American Girl rather than having to buy one secondhand. I did, however, get her original meat pink dress secondhand so that I would have it for this doll. Because my goal is to have no dolls repeat the first letter of their first name until I have every letter of the alphabet, I was having trouble deciding on the letter U. I had picked a few different names for this doll, and then Uma decided to come along. It seemed to just fit well. Noelle was because I got her for Christmas, and Addison is to represent the doll's original name, Addie. And funnily enough, my husband already called her Addison because he likes to give long names to dolls with short names and vice versa, like he calls Molly Mollison. Since Uma loves historical things so much, I wanted to put her in a historical outfit. I decided between Addie and Claudie because I felt like they fit her story the best, and ultimately chose Claudie's outfit. It's so cute on her. In 2025, I really slowed down my collecting. I waited to get Juniper Luna Kirby until June 1st, 2025. She's a Truly Me 110 that I got during the American Girl Plays Chicago's Berry event that was part of releasing the new Truly Me outfits. Junie is just getting her footing in the group. She's the only one that is definitely decided on her sexual identity. She is out and proud bisexual and is obsessed with her hair. I wanted to name a doll June or Junie or something similar since I did have a J left, and since I did get this doll on June 1st, I decided I really wanted her name to be something along the lines of June. Juniper was the name one of my brothers suggested for the vibe of this, and I can call her Junie for short. Luna is because this doll is so ethereal, and we did go to Chicago Harry Potter store this same day. Kirby is one of my husband's favorite little characters since he grew up playing the game as a kid. Seems to fit this gorgeous girl too. Junie is wearing Julie's summer skating outfit. I feel like the pink and the blue match perfectly with her hair and her overall vibe and personality. Paisley Jane Anderson is of course a Disney Frozen Anna princess doll. When she came out, I immediately had to get her. I ordered her right away and she came after a very long delay, August 10th, 2025. I ordered her online. Paisley is best friends with Hannah and Carmen's cousin. She is a Disney girl and aspires to be a Disney princess performer. She loves winter because the cold doesn't bother her, or so she says, because she's always bundled up in the winter, but she absolutely loves the snow. Paisley is named for just a really cute letter P name that I like, and I just thought it really fit her well. Jane is the middle name of my grandmother who passed away a couple years ago. She also had red hair. And then Anderson is two parts. So Anderson, Anna kind of glows, but the reason that that kind of goes is because Hans Christian Andersen, who wrote the story that Frozen is based off of, that's the reason why they chose Anna, or so I've been told. So that's kind of where her name came from. Paisley is my pale Irish girl in my collection. She really wants to go and visit her heritage in Ireland, so she's wearing the World Traveler in Ireland outfit. My very first boy doll, Xander Eugene Bergeron, I got him on eBay. He's a Truly Me 76. He came August 26th, 2025, which I think is fun because Zoe also came on the 26th when I got her, and then my husband's birthday is the 2nd and I'm the 6th, so I think that that's pretty cool. He's a skin tone 20, which is darker than my husband, but let's be honest, the skin tone 10, what Zoe is darker than me too. When we both lived in Florida, we were much tanner than we are now that we live in the Midwest. Xander is because I needed a letter X for my alphabet, and Xander or Xavier were the names I was choosing for the boy doll. And when he came, my husband picked Xander. He also liked that it sounds like Zan, Dan. That's what he liked. Eugene is named for Eugene Fritz Herbert, which is the real name of Flynn Rider in the Tangled movie about Rapunzel, her prince. And my husband is my prince. And when we first met, we bonded a lot over Tangled. And so I always joked that his middle name was Eugene because he doesn't actually have a real middle name. Bergeron is the last name of my husband's all-time favorite hockey player who recently retired from the Boston Bruins. So that's why he has that last name. Xander is, of course, the mini of my husband. He loves Legos and video production of all aspects. He likes to play video games, and he really likes Zoe a lot. He's just a real sweetheart, and I'm so finally happily ready to have a boy doll, and it's really fun that I have a mini of my husband. Poor Xander is the only one in my collection not currently wearing an actual American Girl outfit, and that is because I really don't have a whole lot of boy outfits, and Dan wanted him to wear this. So this is Dan's YouTube for Lazy Bunch, which is on the shirt, and then some shorts that I got that were handmade by a lady at a flea market. He is wearing American Girl Today tennis shoes though. I feel like they're very cute on him. Since I decided to get rid of one of the dolls that I had previously, this brings my doll number to 26, which means all the letters of the alphabet are complete. If you've been paying attention, you know what letter is left. Why? This is Yelena Estrella Reyes. She is, of course, the girl of year 2026, Raquel Reyes. I got her September 20th, 2025 from the American Girl Place Chicago during the Girl of the Year 2026 Berry Brunch event. The brunch event was a little disappointing. You can check my video out, but this is the doll I got from that event. Yelena is cousins with Paisley and Carmen and a descendant of Samantha, the other Joss molds in my collection. She's a girly girl, and her bestie is her cousin Carmen. They love looking through their great-grandmother's fashions, Samantha. Yelena loves learning about history with her friend Uma as well. Yelena is because I really, really liked the name and I needed a letter Y. And I was looking through names and it just stuck out, and I really like the name. It's a good name. Estrella, one of my coworkers, her daughter is named Estrella, and Estrella is just a really, really sweet little girl, and her name means star in Spanish, and I think that that's really cool. Reyes, of course, is to honor the doll's origin of Raquel. Reyes also kind of invokes light and stars, and that's something I, of course, really, really like. Yelena is wearing Raquel's beach party dress. I felt like I had to pay homage to that and put her in one of Raquel's outfits. Plus, of course, how cute is this outfit? It looks stunning on her. Thank you so much for sticking around with me for my All My Dolls 2025 video. I'm sorry that this took so long to make. It's been 2 years in the making. Each time I wanted to get started, I got more dolls. Even this one, I had all of the recording done, everything ready to go. I just needed to take the pictures, and then I got 3 more dolls. But it's okay. I'm really glad they're here in my collection, and now I finally have the entire alphabet. 26 dolls. I do have one doll that I'm trying to get rid of. She is a number 115. She used to be named Polly, and then she became named Yvonne, and then she's just 115 again. So I did use those letters in my alphabet. Thank you so much for sticking around here and being part of my American Girl journey. I'm so happy to connect with all of you both here and on Instagram. Make sure you leave a like and a comment down below and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. I really am grateful to be part of this community. Thanks for watching. Bye!